Good morning, it's Amy from St. Thomas Epiphany. Train children in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. This saying from Proverbs, my grandmother used to say to me, train children up in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. How did you learn to be a Christian? Who taught you the faith? Did they teach it with books? Did you come to it through the Bible? Did you come to it through a person who, in caring for you and in loving you, lived the faith for you? In my life, I've learned a lot about the faith from books, and I've learned a lot about the faith from people. I was thinking about that today. Last week, my professor of church history and early Christian history died. Her name was Angela Chrisman. She was an Episcopal priest very briefly before she, in the words of Protestants, swam the Tiber. To swim the Tiber is to return to Rome. She gave up holy orders in the Episcopal Church in order to become a Roman Catholic laywoman. She had a long battle with pancreatic cancer, and as I learned of her death, I remembered her teaching. It was through her and her expertise and her interest in archaeology, her interest in the church mothers and the church fathers, that I learned to wonder about the early Christian history and to wonder and be baffled by and be intrigued by people whose names are so strange to us today. Polycarp and Justin Martyr and Egeria and Perpetua. Angela gave me a color photocopy of an ancient mosaic from the 4th or 5th century, and it's a beautiful colored mosaic, an image of Mary birthing the full-grown, dying Christ. It isn't graphic in our terms, but it is quite remarkable, and I keep that picture next to my computer in my office at Steep, and I marvel at it, and I marvel about what it might teach us and teach me about how the ancients thought about birth and death and new life. I'm also thinking today about my mother-in-law, Charlene Myers. Charlene has been on our prayer list for over a year. She's been in hospice care for over a year. She's 88. I learned so much about the faith from her and the way that she lived her life and is living her life. She is at the end of her life now, and I was able just a few days ago to tell her again on the phone, Charlene, you are a hero to me in the faith. She grew up in rural Shungaloo, Louisiana, with no electricity and no running water. I don't think they had that till the 1970s. She didn't go to college. She worked all her life and raised kids and raised vegetables and ran cows and was at church every time the door swung open, which is what we used to say down south. She was a quiet person, reserved. You wouldn't know very much what was on her mind, but the way that she lived her life and the way that she treated people told you all that you needed to know. Charlene is a person who would give you the shirt off her back, especially, I think, when that shirt was the only thing she had. She lived that verse from Luke, give to everyone who asks, and if someone takes something from you, do not demand it back. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. These are two women who taught me the faith and continue to teach me the faith. I hope you spend some time thinking about those people who are teaching you the faith and who are bringing you ever closer in your relationship to God and Jesus Christ. Amen.